But we have some more information on the next Tomb Raider. Speaking of female protagonists, and a game that one of the best female protagonists out there, Tomb Raider. And we got a script that's in development for it, which is a game that I was wondering if they were going to continue with it. Because we had the reboot with the last 3 Tomb Raider games from Crystal Dynamics, which I thought were just absolutely incredible games. I loved every single one of them. Even the third one, which a lot of people criticized, but I thought it was still a great game. I was wondering when they were going to make a new Tomb Raider. Then you had the Embracer Group come in and purchase Crystal Dynamics. Something that I'm going a little bit off here on tangent. Something that we saw this interview earlier this week with Stephen Datu, who from Eidos Montreal, talking about how he thinks that a lot of this has to do with you reading in between the lines with Sony wanting to buy Square Enix and them offloading these studios that Sony wants nothing to do with, saying, if I read between the lines, Square Enix Japan was not as committed as we hoped initially. And there are rumors, obviously, that with all these activities of mergers and acquisitions, Sony would really like to have Square Enix within their wheelhouse. I heard rumors that Sony said they're really interested in Square Enix Tokyo, but not the rest. So I think Square Enix, Masuda-san put it like a garage sale, meaning that they're trying to just offload these smaller North American studios that Sony will not want in order to help, I guess, to make that deal with Sony to purchase Square Enix. We saw some rumors about, which I don't know if it's true or not, but we saw some rumors about Sony purchasing Square Enix China or something like that. Seemed like it's hard to tell if that was real or not. We'll wait and see. But Square Enix could potentially be purchased by Sony sometime soon. We see the deals that they have with Final Fantasy, so I wouldn't be surprised. But Tomb Raider, Crystal Dynamics, former Square Enix studio, and apparently they are making a new script for this game. It says here, this is from Sacred Symbols, from their podcast. They say, according to alleged script, the next Tomb Raider is internally known as Project Jawbreaker, and it's described as an action-adventure game set in a modern-day world rocked by mysterious cataclysm. And according to the alleged casting notes for Lara, the project is looking to cast authentic British actress in their mid-30s in the prototype of Emily Blunt or Rosamund Pike, and the role will involve a romantic scenes with another female character. Lara Croft is now at the top of her game. Gone are the days of the young, inexperienced woman dealing with matters of legacy and familial reckoning. Lara has let go of her childhood and fully embraced the life of an adventurer. Her legendary career has been lauded and printed in tabloids, tall tales of adventure that have inspired a new generation of Tomb Raiders to seek their fortunes in the world. With this new phase of her life, Lara fully accepts her place among the ruins. For many years, Lara plunged the depths of forgotten places, played cat and mouse with many nefarious opponents, and worked to uncover, preserve, and protect the lost secrets of the world, lest they fall into the wrong hands. And they keep going over here, saying, as the years have passed, Lara has become lonely at the top. The beginning of the next chapter presents Lara with a quintessentially adult problem, facing something too big to handle alone. And she's going to encounter challenges she can only overcome with a team at her side. Collaboration is foreign to her. She's always succeeded alone in this situation. CJ Fish out of water. So the next Tomb Raider sounds like it is going to be a Tomb Raider where you're going to be commanding or playing as multiple different Tomb Raiders rather than just Lara Croft, as she is coming to the end of her career, which I think is kind of reining in potentially a new trilogy or a new bulk of Tomb Raider games with brand new characters to go forward, because obviously Tomb Raider has been around for a very, very long time. They remade it, and to go forward in the future, they're maybe thinking that they got to kind of revitalize the character itself, give it a new identity, give it a new relationships with other characters, all of that type of stuff. And it sounds like that's what they're going to be doing here with an upcoming Tomb Raider game. Probably won't be out for a very long time, as this is just the alleged script for the development of the game. I'm thinking maybe 2 or 3 years before we see an update to this new Tomb Raider game. But it'll be interesting to see how this all turns out, because we know now Crystal Dynamics is a part of the Embracer Group, and can they continue to make the quality of games that they made under Square Enix? I would assume so. From what we understand about the Embracer Group, even from this article here, they mentioned that they're pretty much hands off on the studios that they buy. and that they allow them to continue to do the stuff that they were doing previously. They're obviously just trying to build it. That's another studio that's another company, the Embracer Group, that I would foresee could potentially be launching some sort of, I don't know, subscription service or cloud gaming service with the amount of developers that they have under there. But Stephen Datu here from Eidos Montreal, as we know, again, sold to the Embracer Group, had this to say about them, saying, CEO Wing Force, I don't know how he's managing it up now. Or Datu is formerly at Eidos Montreal. He's not there anymore. Says, I don't know how he's managing it up now. I mean, yes, leave autonomy to the studios to a certain point, but you leave autonomy when there's a strong vision. IO knew what they wanted to do. I think they weren't able to do it when they were within the group of Eidos because of head office, so that changed their lives for them. But I would leave certain groups autonomous when they have demonstrated that they have a clear vision, know-how, and leadership. And again, I've mentioned all the heads of the studios that left the 3 studios of Eidos. There's a reason why I wasn't the only one who left. So this is a very fair and good point, I would say. I would say for a couple of reasons. First of all, he's commenting here on Crystal Dynamics and on Eidos Montreal and on the studios that got sold from Square Enix to the Embracer Group. But you could take what he's saying here, and I would say that's what Xbox kind of has to do with their first-party studios. Autonomy is great. You allow these developers to have creative autonomy after you've purchased them, or even if they're currently in there, to come up with these just great ideas and all of that type of stuff. But at the same time, you have to kind of select which groups are autonomous. The ones, like you said here, have demonstrated that they have a clear vision. Because if you don't have a clear vision of where you want the game to go, that's where you see games continuously getting delayed. That's where you see the articles coming out where studios are upset because they wanted the game to go one way, but it went the other way, such as what came out with the Initiative article where Gallagher was like, I'm putting my foot down. We're going in this direction because we have to get this game moving, all that type of stuff. Autonomy is great, but there has to be a leader in there that understands which areas of the development studio have clear visions and which ones don't, and which ones have the know-how. And that leadership has to guide them so that the game is developed in a timely manner and comes out and is high quality and all that type of stuff. So what he says here, I think, is something that is dead on for how studios should be managed. Like you have to understand. You can't just let everyone just run wild or nothing will ever get done. But yeah, new Tomb Raider game apparently in the works with pretty much, I say, phasing out Lara Croft, which could be cool. We'll see what the characters they come up with. I absolutely love Tomb Raider games. One of my favorite series, the ones that Crystal Dynamics remade, and even the older ones back in the day. I remember playing through those on like PS1. Yeah, they were just always great games. And again, a female protagonist that is a very strong female protagonist that a lot of people love and has been around for a very, very long time. So the thing of when we're talking about the GTA thing here, the thing about it being a female protagonist, like I said, not to me a huge deal. But yeah, are you guys excited for Tomb Raider? Have you played the previous Tomb Raider games? What do you think about it? All that type of stuff.